Every victory in the life starts with the decision of trying. Do you know that you can do lots of things than you think? Will it easy? No. Will it worthy at the end? Definitely. If you plan to face any kind of exam, this information will help you. Number 1. Don't take much time to prepare for the exams. If you prepare for any kind of exam and you feel you don't do study much, then you should take this first step. Most of the times we take a lots of time to prepare the things for study. You may think like this: I will study after 2 hours, or I will study from first of the coming month, like that. Or else you think, I need to change my room and I need some aesthetic stationeries to study. Otherwise I will not be able to study. Once after you prepare your settings for the study, then you may think, I need to make a coffee first. Like that, lots of things will come to your mind. What you exactly do? You postpone your studies while creating an excuse. Yeah, I'm preparing well for the studies. But actually you don't do any kind of studies. If you want to take a good grade, you need to work on that. If it is so, you should take that action at the moment that thought came to your mind. Keep remember, don't be a victim of procrastination and taking too much to prepare for the exams. Friend with your brain. Don't convince to your brain that you are going to do a difficult thing. Be relaxed. In case if your brain knew we are going to do some difficult thing, the brain tries to get rest. Brain needs to sleep and check notification in Facebook, Instagram, TikTok. But you exactly need to get good grades for the exam. Because of this situation, stress creates. As a result of that, you have to fight with yourself. You can't keep remember anything in your mind even how much you try to study. Finally, the brain wins. You may sleep or waste time in social media while keeping a big burden in your head. If this happens, your brain is creating stress 24 hours a day even when you sleep. Fear of exams and stress are the final result of this incident. How we solve this? Take an easy subject and study a few portions of this subject, like 2 to 3 sentences first. When you study that, your brain realizes studying is not that much difficult thing. It is really easy. As a result of that, the brain is not only reduce stress but also reduce fear of the exams. Then after, our capacity starts to improve. And also, the most wonderful thing is that the brain starts to be friend with us than working against us. Finally, we start to study. We feel so happy and satisfied whenever we do study. That small study session inspires us to do more studies. That way you can increase your study time little by little. Twice about multitasking. Multitasking means that we are trying to do several tasks at one time. Some people can give their attention to several visions or tasks, but there are only 2.5% of such people in the world. It means that multitasking is a quite difficult thing for majority of people in the world. Especially for students, multitasking is impossible and not a good thing. When a lot of work is piled up, it's difficult for us to focus on one thing. We study one subject for a few minutes, then again another subject. As a result of that, our mind is not in a stable situation. Actually, multitasking is the one of main reasons why we can't keep focusing on our studies. Apart from that, there's a hidden goal here. You distract when you feel lazy for studies. The result is you tend to do multitasking. Then get stuck and do nothing and stay stressed. Therefore, plan your study first and do accordingly. Don't sit for the studies without knowing what you are going to study. Sit down and make decisions. You will get stuck in one place and it will be difficult for you to find one direction. If all the choices we have are complex, each one needs active attention. In this kind of situation, multitasking is useless because it decreases the ability of entering data into our brain. What is the reason for this? According to American neuropsychologist Cynthia Kugu, the majority of us are not made to do several tasks at once, but to finish one task well and start the next. It means that we are monotaskers, not multitaskers. Learn not to remember but to know. Most of the times we try to keep remember things. We don't try to understand things. Study to remember is just like taking a picture of something we see. There are thousands of pictures in our mind like this. Sometimes we can find what we need at the right time, or sometimes it can be deleted from the brain. First, that memory is very temporary. But if we learn something to realize that store in our brain in a logical and rational way. When you have an idea in your mind about the reasons for the things you studied, the process that influenced them to be like that, you can match the answers along a small part relate to it. To gain this logical understanding, you must have a strong curiosity about your subject matters. This curiosity really helps you learn things. According to neuroscientific studies, when you learn something with curiosity, your brain really likes to help. And also, brain enjoys that process. Then you don't need to study the same thing again and again. The single leaf magic. William H. Armstrong has written a beautiful story in his book Study is Hard Work. He suggests a wonderful way to summarize what we have studied. He says that to summarize all the things we have studied in a week on a single sheet of paper. Those are weekly one-page summaries. After that, at the end of each month, you should take all those 4 summarized pages into one page. Those are one-page monthly summary. Then at the end of each term, take the few pages you summarized monthly into one page. That is, one-page semester summary. However, on the day of an exam in one subject, you should have one sheet in your hand as short notes relate to that exam. I'm sure that you will feel so good when you hear this. First, you should decide what is most important. That is not only to reflect the facts, but also to find connection in the facts. After, write the summary of that. This is what William H. Armstrong has said in this book. But if you think that you have less time for the upcoming exam, forget it for now. Use it for future, and now study in very effective way that you have used. Whatever you are studying for, whatever exam you are studying for, make it an exploration. Find out to be curious, connect the dots, think about how those things happen, argue with yourself about subject matters. Look, this is a process. We can't win just within a day. Be honest with yourself, especially be kind to yourself. Do your best, but take good care of yourself. Eat well, stay fit, drink enough water. If possible, you can leave social media until the exam is over, because you have no idea how long you are on social media. Not that I am getting better results than anyone else. I am trying to get my best results. When you think like this, you will not have any kind of unnecessary pressure. You can use that energy for your productivity. Don't wait until your parents pressure you to study. This is something related to your future. If you do nothing, no one else will do anything for you. Let's say that everyone is with you, but there comes a point in life where you have to face it alone. Remember that well. Now you are trying to stand alone. You are an adult now. Take your own responsibility and work for yourself. One day, instead of being dependent on someone, become someone who can take care of someone else.